Hi guys, Mulos here. So today's video, I am going to talk about cryptocurrency scams and basically how you can avoid some of them. And I'll also talk about the one time that I've been crypto scammed, the one time I was almost crypto scammed, and one other possible crypto scam which may or might not be a crypto scam. So I don't know. So I'm just going to talk about crypto scams and then also how sometimes or a lot of times crypto scams are not even crypto scams. They are basically the run-of-the-mill investment scams, Ponzi scams, pyramid scams. Full disclosure, one, this is not investment advice. I am not a crypto expert. I'm just a guy who uses a lot of fintech platforms, including crypto. So I'm just a guy who loves fintech, and I make videos about these things. And before I even start, for those of you who are observant, you'll see that there's a changed background or there's changed pictures in the background. I think Frankie and Chopper are no longer there. We've now gone into Spider-Man, Luffy, Sanji, and there's the Akatsuki right over there. So I hope those things won't distract anybody, but let's get into the video. Okay, so every year, each time Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any cryptocurrency reaches an all-time high and is in the news, people fall for crypto scams. You know that FOMO feeling of missing out. People feel like they've really lost out on those profit-taking opportunities. So I'll show you here. This is from investing.com. I'll leave the link in the description. There are 8,017 cryptocurrencies that investing.com monitors or watches. And it's going to show them ranked according to market capitalization and the likes. So the number one cryptocurrency obviously is Bitcoin with $1.22 trillion market capitalization. Whenever someone just comes and asks, have you heard of Mulo's coin or Zambia coin? You know, all these funny altcoins. To be very honest, I've never heard of most of them because there are 8,017 cryptocurrencies out there that investing.com monitors. Then there are probably hundreds or thousands more that are in the fringes of cryptocurrency space. So they're not monitored by platforms like investing.com. So whether you like it or not, cryptocurrencies do move. They make money, they move. So it's okay whether you are in or not. I've arranged according to daily volumes moved. So number one is Tether, number two is Bitcoin, number three is Ethereum, and number four is OMG Network. This is a coin I have never heard of. This one is the fourth most moved. It's even more than BNB Binance coin. Then you've got USD coin, and this one which people love asking about, Shiba Inu, whose price is like so low like that, but it's got a market capitalization of $29.49 billion. So at the end of the day, guys, cryptocurrencies, people transact them on a very, very large scale. And because of where we are in Africa, I'm in Zambia, or wherever you are, you might not have heard of most of these coins, or you might not think they are valid or genuine platforms. So you hold out until finally they start reaching record highs, and then that FOMO hits you, and then you now start finding yourself getting scammed. So enough about the intro into cryptos. Let me now talk about crypto scams that I have personally experienced or people I know have experienced, and what you can do to try and avoid these crypto scams. Before I get into that, let me just talk about the reputable, reliable platforms that I use. So the number one platform I use is Yellow Card. So Yellow Card, why I like to use it is because it's got an Africa presence. It's found in Nigeria, Ghana, Cameroon, Gabon, Uganda, Rwanda, Kenya, Tanzania, Zambia, Botswana, and South Africa. So the fact that it's here in Zambia, it means that I'm able to use Zambia payment platforms easily, like a Zambia bank transfer or the app Spend. I've made videos about that, so you can check out my earlier videos. Okay, so one thing about Yellow Card, it's got a really simple interface. By default, you have Kwacha and Bitcoin. So a lot of people do not like the fact that they'll just have a Kwacha and Bitcoin wallet because they want to maybe transact all these other altcoins and the likes. And they're under the misconception that the gas fees, sending Bitcoin from one platform to another, the gas fees or burning fees or transaction fees can be high. Let me just come here, transaction history. Okay, so if you look at my transaction history, you'll see that I use Yellow Card quite a lot. I'm just scrolling down. I've done a couple of dozen transactions and counting. So I'm still using it practically every day or every other day. I do use Yellow Card. I made a video earlier where I show how I use Yellow Card as my main or primary crypto transacting platform. The next platform I use is Coinbase. So Coinbase, it does allow you to transact or deposit up to $100 from a Zambian card. It's got a lot of restrictions for Zambian users, but I purchase Bitcoin from Yellow Card, send it over to Coinbase, and then I'm able to do some crypto trading and the likes. It does have good pricing here and there, and Coinbase is my bridge between platforms like Binance, CX.io, and Yellow Card. I'm able to send crypto cheaply from Binance and CX using Stellar Lunems, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Tron. I'm able to send them cheaply to Coinbase, and then from Coinbase, I'm able to send Bitcoin cheaply to Yellow Card. And then on Yellow Card, I'm able to cash out into Kwacha. So these are some of the tips that I shared in an earlier video, and that's why I do use Coinbase quite a bit. Okay, so the next platform I use is Binance. Binance is a huge exchange that I use to transact cryptocurrency. I used to purchase cryptocurrency from here and do some trading as well as peer-to-peer trading. But nowadays, I use Yellow Card to purchase all my crypto in Bitcoin, then move it onto Binance. It's cheaper and it is quite fast. The gas fees on Yellow Card are low. Anyway, so yeah, Binance is where I experienced the one-time fraud on crypto. I was doing a peer-to-peer transaction, and I'll explain how that happened a little later in this video. But it's a really safe platform. Use my experience to protect yourself when transacting peer-to-peer in Binance. The next platform I also use is CX.io. This is a great platform as well. I used to use it to purchase using my Visa or MasterCard, but the fees are a bit on the higher side, so I mostly trade on it. I purchase again in Yellow Card and then send over to CX for trading if I need to do any trading and the likes. The next platform is Paxful. So Paxful, you're able to do peer-to-peer trading using a whole host of payment platforms. There's literally hundreds, if not thousands, of payment platforms that you can transact in. And this is a platform where I was almost scammed in the peer-to-peer trading. I will show what happened and explain. Okay, now I'm starting the video with what is either a potential scam or it's a genuine platform that I just don't understand. Okay, so I've got a client in Estonia who we've done a number of transactions, quite profitable transactions on my part. And he reached out to me over the weekend asking for my assistance to withdraw Bitcoin from Estebit wallet. So I've never used Estebit before. I asked him to convert to Bitcoin Cash and send to my Coinbase wallet, and I was going to be able to cash him out. But he insisted I open an Estebit wallet so that he could pay me, convert crypto to fiat on his behalf. So when I opened the account, the platform looks extremely genuine. It might be genuine, I really don't know. So it looks really good. You can deposit crypto, withdraw crypto, trade, and all of that. So he sent me about $1,000 worth of crypto, Bitcoin, into this wallet. And when I tried to withdraw, it said that I needed to first verify my wallet. So these are the transactions I tried to do. I tried to withdraw $524 worth of Bitcoin, and I also tried to withdraw 1,087 worth of Bitcoin. So it kept giving me an error message. Then when I read the error message, it was requesting that to verify the wallet address that I'm withdrawing to, I needed to deposit from that wallet into Estabit $300 equivalent of Bitcoin. So my alarm bells were ringing, because why would a platform want you to verify your wallet with such a large amount? I mean, $300 is no small change anywhere in the world. So I tried to do a Google search on Estabit wallet, and I was not finding satisfactory results in Google search on Estabit. Rather than risk losing $300, I opted to just return the Estabit Bitcoin back to the sender and cancel. So I don't know, let me know in the comment section if you have ever heard of Estabit, if you have ever used it, if you think it's a scam or you think it's a genuine platform. So that is one of the types of scams out there. If you need to pay Bitcoin or crypto to withdraw your Bitcoin or crypto, that is really, really highly suspicious, and in my views, potential scam. So I don't know whether I lost out on a $200 commission because I was just scared of depositing or topping up $300 to verify my external wallet. I really don't know, but it was a rather scary transaction. Okay, so now this was the near scam that I almost fell for. That was around February of this year, February 2021, 8 months ago. It was in the late of the night, and I had received a payment in USDT, and I needed Skrill. So I don't normally do exchanges, but that day it was an emergency, and it was late in the night. It was 01:20 in the night. So I really, really needed to get some Skrill. So I came onto Paxful and I did a peer-to-peer transaction. So we found a buyer who had a really, really good price. So for my 166 USDT, he was ready to pay me $174. So USDT is 1 to 1 to the dollar. 1 USDT is worth $1. So he was going to pay me a premium of $8 for my 166 USDT. So this was like a really, really good deal. I was tired. I just wanted to get it over and done with. So I started the process with him. We exchanged pleasantries. Hello, hello. He asked me to send my Skrill email, which I did. Then he said, okay, wait. And he marked the transaction as paid. So what happens with Paxful and Binance, if you're doing a peer-to-peer transaction and the other party has marked it as paid, what that means is that they have sent the fiat currency to your payment platform, whether it's mobile money, bank account, electronic money like Skrill, Neteller, PayPal, and all of those. So what you are supposed to do is, before you mark it as you have received the payment so that the funds held in escrow can be released to the buyer, you are supposed to check in your Skrill or your mobile money or your bank account that you have received the funds. Once you have confirmed that you've released the funds, the platform will release the crypto to the buyer, and as far as they're concerned, you have verified the transaction, the funds are gone. So the dude here said he marked it as paid, and I kept on checking my Skrill, both the app and the website. I kept refreshing. The guy insisted that he was done, sir. Release and leave a nice feedback. So I was about to do that because I received an email, but I was like, 1 minute. He kept on getting back to me after a minute or so, saying, okay, question mark. So I told him I was checking on the app, it's not showing yet. So I'm checking on website. He said, please check your email. Did you receive the confirmation email? So his insistence on email sort of raised the flag. Then he sent me a screenshot here. So that screenshot says $177.12 has been sent to my email account. It even had a reference number. It showed the amount that I was to receive the fee and all. This looked genuine. Then he said payment was done. Just take time to reflect it. Check your email, please. Did you receive the confirmation email? Hello? So in all this time he was sending these messages, I went and checked on my email. This is the email that I received from him. So if you look at it at face value, it looks genuine, message from Skrill. Hello, you have received $174 from this guy. View your balance. It even has a login thing there. But I did one simple check. I expanded the email, and you can see here that this is skrill something 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 at gmail.com. And I was really, really upset. Skrill never uses a Gmail address. I mean, that's scam alert 101. Uh, Always check that the website, the email is coming from the domain of the platform. So Skrill would never ever use a Gmail. So I got back to him and said, the fake email, come on, I've been using Skrill for years. He says, what? I sent him a screenshot of this and had expanded the email there. So I told him I'm going to report this. And within seconds, the guy had cancelled the transaction, and the tether was paid back into my wallet. So had I acted in good faith from that email I received, which looked genuine, this genuine looking email, had I released the crypto based on this email, I would have been scammed $166 worth of crypto. But fortunately, even though I was tired that night, I did follow the basics and look at the email that this was coming from. So always check your account if you have received the payment for the crypto you are transacting. And then that said, Paxful is a great platform for you to transact cryptocurrency around the world using hundreds, if not thousands, of payment platforms. It just has a lot of issues that there are a lot of scammers there, and it's quite easy to get scammed. So I only use Paxful on emergencies. Now, the next scam I fell for was in Binance peer-to-peer. Okay, so what happens with Binance? You can either buy or sell cryptocurrency and you select the payment method. So this particular night, I decided to test out selling 3 USDT to get paid in TransferWise, because I know TransferWise is instant from one TransferWise buyer payer to another. So I decided to test with $3. I found someone who was willing to buy. We transacted, and the guy even sent me a payment link. So I checked the payment link, and it was from TransferWise. It even showed your transfer has been sent. Payment is going to be on ABCD, ABCD. And it looked genuine. So the buyer told, he was a gentleman. He was like, oh, I've sent the payment and I've sent the link. So I said, okay, I've received the link, but I haven't received the dollars yet. It says it will take, it was saying something like one or 2 days to receive, for me to receive. So the guy asked if I could release the payment because he needed the money. So I use Wise a lot, formerly TransferWise, and I got the payment link, which I verified as genuine. So I released the crypto and I forgot about it. So 2 or 3 days later, I don't know what I was doing. I was logged on to Wise, and then I was like, wait a second, am I not supposed to receive a $3 by now? So I went back to the payment link, opened it, and found that the buyer had uh, cancelled the payment. So I did not receive the $3. And that's how I was scammed $3. It was really, really painful because, I mean, Wise to Wise is instant. So the guy must have used a slow payment method, knowing full well that I would release the funds within the 3 days and he could cancel the transaction. But it doesn't really make sense because, I mean, scamming someone for $3, anyways, it happens. So now I'm going to talk about the other types of scams that I have encountered. A few years ago, it was about 2 years ago, when Bitcoin was reaching an all-time high. I think that time it was about $4,000 or so. A friend of mine invested $250 in Bitcoin. So since he was not familiar with Bitcoin and he didn't have a wallet and didn't want to create a wallet, what he did is he found someone online who was accepting deposits, fiat deposits for crypto, and he was going to hold it on his behalf. So the guy sent the $250, and the guy was holding the Bitcoin for him. He was even updating him on Bitcoin pricing and all. So after a couple of months, Bitcoin had sort of like doubled or tripled in value, and my friend wanted to cash out. So when he did a withdrawal request to the custodian in inverted commas, the custodian asked him, said, I can only pay to a European SEPA bank account. So my friend contacted me and said, can you receive this in your European SEPA bank account? And you give me when he has paid. So I said, no problem. Shared my SEPA details with the guy, and it was story after story after story. And after a while, my friend had to accept the fact that he had been scammed and he was not going to receive any euros through me. So that is one of the scams out there. Custodian or someone holding your crypto in custody on your behalf. It's really, really simple and easy to get a crypto wallet. There are uh, all manner of platforms like Yellowcard, Coinbase, Binance, CX. Between any of these, you should be able to get uh, a wallet in whichever crypto that you want to hold. Then there are also reputable wallets that you can just standalone wallets that you can open and hold your crypto in. The only reason I don't use these much is because there are some security keys that you have to take note of. There'll be 12 of them in a sequence which you have to enter in the exact sequence. I tried that once, but what usually happens is that my device gets broken or lost. Where I recorded the codes in sequence, I lose the paper, or I can't find the email which I sent to myself with the code. So I realized I was going to lose my crypto trying to use these standalone crypto wallets, because um, it's really, really easy to lose the codes. So with these platforms like Yellowcard, Binance, Coinbase, CX, in case my device is lost or stolen, I can always reset the password, or I can always regain access to my accounts. So it is a risk I am willing to take, keeping my crypto and transacting in these platforms. Okay, so now another type of scam which is there is the altcoins. So what happens a lot of times is that people are always looking out for the next big thing, the next Bitcoin. So what happened is this lady, her cousin had approached her and told her an investment opportunity where she needed to buy a coin called Leocoin. So she convinced her to part away with some thousand kwachas, and she invested in Leocoin. She even downloaded the wallet and she was storing the Leocoin. A couple of months went by, and the value of Leocoin was dropping. So when she tried to cash out, she was failing to cash out her Leocoin. So she contacted me and asked me if I could get her Leocoin out. So I did all the research. I opened another wallet account. I She managed to send me her Leocoin. I tried to exchange it on Binance. I tried to check CX if it was there. I tried Coinbase. I tried to find any platform that would accept Leocoin. The few wallets or platforms that I found, they were not accepting Leocoin. So a bit of further research discovered that the coin had been suspended on most platforms because of the founder of the coin was basically scamming people, and he was using the coin to fund his lavish lifestyle. He was buying properties, cars, yachts, mansions, and spending on girlfriends and the likes. So the coin was basically suspended. You couldn't cash out anywhere. So that's how she lost out. So before you buy any altcoin and all, always do your research. Try to find out when the altcoin came out, if it's available on the reputable exchanges like Binance, CX, uh, Coinbase, and get people's reviews, and try to always follow up the news on that coin, so that if and when it is suspended or scrapped, you're at least informed and up to date, and you don't get stressed out trying to cash out what cannot be cashed out. And for safety, I prefer to buy altcoins using Binance, CX, or Coinbase. It's peace of mind that way. Okay, so the next type of crypto scam, which is the most common in Zambia, it's not even a crypto scam. These are investment or Ponzi schemes. They've got nothing to do with crypto. The only thing crypto about them is that they will have crypto in the name. So someone reached out to me, and she was asking about investing in Bitcoin, how much the returns would be. So I told her you can expect so much returns, and the price fluctuates up or down. So you could make a profit or a loss depending on market conditions. And she did not sound happy with my analysis, and she sent me this to say that I've invested in Bitcoin in this program, and she wanted my help when it reaches maturity to withdraw. So you put in $100, and your return on investment, your profits, would be $1,000. At $200, you'd get out 2,000. $1,000, you'd get out 10,000. So I tried to tell her, like, look, crypto does not pay interest like that. All the platforms, Binance, or any of these platforms that do pay interest, you find that the interest rates will be between 5 to 20% per annum, and they're usually 3 to 5%, rather. The 20% are those more exotic cryptos with high gas fees or high transaction fees, or the volumes of transactions are really high, so they're able to pay you interest or commission for that. So this automatically is a red flag. Any investment that will pay you 10 times your investment in a really, really short, in like a 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, that is really, really a red flag. So a lot of people want to get into crypto, but they don't want to get into crypto because they think crypto is a high risk. So they end up giving their money to investment platforms or investment schemes to manage the funds for them and then pay them interest, because all they know is that Bitcoin is shooting up and up and up. So if I invest now, I will get my returns. They don't actually understand what pushes up the crypto prices up and up like that. So another thing you should know about some of these investment scams is that the people pushing these investments are themselves being scammed. So imagine myself, Mr. Mulos, I've got my YouTube channel, and I've got money to burn and spare, and I fall for one of these. I put in $100, and then I'm one of the lucky ones. I managed to get my $1,000 out. What happens is I will now start thinking, if I had $10,000, I would be able to get $100,000 out. And then this platform will say that for every new account I bring in, they'll give me $100 or $1,000. So what happens is I go and push everybody I know to come and invest in this scam, in this scheme. I might even register a business to start getting in deposits to invest in this. So eventually I'll find myself with $1,000, $10,000, or $100,000, which I'll throw into this investment scheme. And I'll even tell the people that they'll get maybe a 15% or a 20% or a 25% returns on their investment. The difference I'm going to keep for myself. So what happens is that my 1 minute of greed, I will push these investment scams to a lot of people. I might even have registered a business to get deposits and monies from the people, and I'll have invested all of it into this. And then Ponzi schemes at some point reach their critical mass where they are no longer able to pay out, and the founders of these scams pull out and leave everybody holding the bag. So if I had tried to push this investment onto other people, you find that I'll have lost out everything, and then other people who have entrusted the money onto me will have also lost out. One red flag is anything that is promising astronomical returns are usually scams. It's not possible that you can turn your money over 100% a day or so. With cryptocurrency, it is possible to turn over uh, sufficient volumes, because if you depending on where you are, you could have multiple buyers and sellers, and you're just making a markup on each transaction. That is possible. If you're a very busy person, you could actually even do 100 transactions a day, at a 1% commission or 5% commission or 20% commission. So those are genuine things. But where someone is promising you interest, and they are claiming the interest is derived from investing in Bitcoin and getting 10 or 100% per day uh, recovery, is really, really a scam. Okay, these are things that you really, really do need to look out for. So another scam which has happened in South Africa, Ukraine, and a few other countries is some of the crypto exchanges where people keep their funds. You find that the founders or owners of that crypto exchange, they cash out and flee the country, or they just disappear, leaving all the customers holding the bag. So generally, Yellow Card, Coinbase, Binance, and CX, I I trust those platforms, so it's a risk I'm willing to take. For Paxful, I do trust Paxful as well, but I don't generally keep crypto there because they have high transaction fees in case you need to cash out your crypto. Generally trust these five platforms, and I try to avoid using other platforms until maybe I trust them a bit. Another way people lose money, it's not a scam or anything, but this is how I lost money a couple of times. I used to buy Bitcoin, and then I would make Bitcoin payments from those wallets. I never used to check the fine print when sending the payment out. I would never check the gas fees. So the times I'll check the gas fees, I would actually add on extra Bitcoin so that the gas fees would be covered. So when I would send the payment to the recipients, they would receive less. So it became an issue where the recipients a lot of times thought that I had deducted something from the amount I was sending them. And there would be back and forth correspondences, and sometimes people would lose their cool and accuse me of gouging, or grabbing some of the money, and I couldn't send it again because the gas fees were high. Then it's only later on again that I learned of platforms like Yellow Card and Coinbase, who have extremely low Bitcoin gas fees. So that is why I use Yellow Card. I can purchase Bitcoin from here, and sending Bitcoin from here to any other wallet or platform, as long as it's a BTC wallet, they will receive majority of the funds. If there's any deductions, the gas fees are extremely low. Otherwise, Yellow Card and Coinbase have really, really low Bitcoin gas fees. So in case you have ever received Bitcoin from somebody and it is less than what you had agreed or expected, a lot of times it's not that they have scammed you or they have deducted before sending to you. It's that the gas fees from the platform or the wallet that they're using are high. So in case you do need to receive Bitcoin as a payment, I highly recommend you use Yellow Card or you use Coinbase. So anyways, in conclusion of this video, if you want to try and avoid being scammed on crypto, one of the first things you should do is read up about crypto. You don't need to become an expert to know what blockchains are, how cryptocurrencies work and all, but you need to have a basic understanding of how cryptos work. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I hope the video has been helpful. It's been a bit of a story time. I just thought I would share some of the experiences I've had, the near misses, the near scams, the actual scam, and a few other observations I've made from people who have contacted me and asked for my help. Do leave comments. I do want to know about if you've been scammed before or nearly scammed, or what advice you'd have for other people to avoid crypto scams.